everybody. It is January 16th and this is Loch Briar Knits podcast. It's a knitting podcast. I'm your host Kelly and welcome everybody. We have picked up, I think, over 300 new viewers since Vlogmas. So welcome to all the new viewers. Welcome to all the returning viewers. Thank you guys so much for checking it out and for keep coming back. Can't talk, clearly not enough coffee. We've got some good light right now. I've got like my podcasting lights up, but I don't have the overhead light on, and we got some sunshine coming in. It's cold out, by the way. It is like a minus 23 degree wind chill today. That's cold, but it's nice and sunny and so pretty. This is my Stowaway chevron sweater that I knit last year, and then it just sat in my room downstairs where I used to podcast. It just sat there unblocked. So I blocked it the other day and it's finally dry. So I'm going to stand up. You can see the lights here. I like the length of it. The only problem I have is that I knit the sleeves a little too long. So I can do this, and then that actually makes them the perfect length for me. So this is it. I do find the arms a little looser than what I wanted as well, but the body is good. I didn't do the chevron on the sides, so it's technically just a stowaway sweater for me. It's nice and cozy warm. It's perfect for a minus 23 wind chill day. And after I blocked it, I knit this out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, and I think it's the Amber Heather colorway is what it's called. And you can kind of see it's got like flecks of gold and orange. It's not just like a solid orange, but it's flecks kind of like gold and orange. I find prior to soaking and blocking the Wool of the Andes Heather, I'm always like, oh, I think that's going to be too scratchy. And then I soak and block it, and it's lovely. Like I have a t-shirt on, that's not like bothering my skin at all. It's not bothering me around the neck. I love like the long rib neck. I really do like it. I like having my sweaters more like up to my neck or like turtlenecks, as opposed to like kind of scoop neck, and I don't like bow necks. This is now what I consider fully completed. It was a faux before, now it's a faux I can wear. But that's not my only faux. So actually, before we jump into the next faux, given that we've shot over the 1,000 subscriber marks, I think that qualifies us for a giveaway. Don't you? I think so. So here's what we're gonna do. I have collected a couple of prizes. Here we have Knit Yourself Calm, which has all of these really fun, that even just like the first intro page. Easy, kind of calm, easy techniques, nothing that's gonna stress your brain too much. Shawls, like it. So just like nice, kind of easy, calm projects that great for gifts, socks, towels, hats. So there's going to be this. There is going to be a skein of Loch Briar Knits yarn, and there's going to be one other item, maybe a couple other items to throw in with that. Here's what you do to enter the giveaway. Be a subscriber to the channel and tell me down below what your first new cast on of 2022. Let me know what it is. Then I will do the draw. Maybe I'll do the draw and announce it at the end of the January vlog. If I change my mind, I'll put it in the things below. On to finished object. I finished my, as I like to call it, my conspiracy shawl, because I felt like a conspiracy against me, but it's actually the Lavender Field shawl by Helen Stewart. This is, despite all the trouble it gave me with the lace section, which is nothing to do with the pattern and everything to do with, I suck at doing lace. It's lace is not my jam. It's just not my jam. So this is my combobulated lace section This is not what it's supposed to look like. If you look at Helen Stewart's pattern, and I think this was part of, it might have been part of the Shawl Society. I was thinking it was part of Knit Vent, but I think it might have been part of her last Shawl Society. The holes are actually supposed to, I think what they're supposed to look like is lavender stalks. These do not look anything, these just look like holes, a bunch of like random holes in a row. And then of course I stopped doing the lace because I kept making a mistake and just carried on with the garter stitch. But I will say, I absolutely love these yarns. I love the picot edge. It's a little more time consuming, but it's worth, to me, it's worth it. What I did when I'm blocking it, I'll put a pin in each picot to make it pop. What I did this time was I kind of put it on about every fifth one, and then I just pulled the picot out, and I think that's fine. The yarns are Helvetica by Hypothesis yarn, which is stunning, and a Homespun house in the Conspiracy colorway, which I'm pretty sure was part of the Game of Thrones series that she did. This, it blocked out to a nice size. It was a little small before I blocked it, and I love, you wear it, you get all of the colors. You see a couple of the little points that poke out a little more. But I love these colors together. I loved the yarns. They were so nice to knit with. Hypothesis yarn and Homespun House are probably two of my favorite hand dyers. And I am not going to keep this on because it's going to get kind of warm in here with this sweater and the lights, but I would definitely recommend this shawl pattern. It is lovely. This is gonna go into high rotation starting after this podcast. I absolutely love it. I love the yarns. It's fingering weight. It really didn't take that long to do. What took me so long was that when I started messing up the lace pattern, I stopped and I just put it away because I was so frustrated with it. And then the yarn is really what made me come back. This Helvetica, there's something about yarn that looks kind of like smudged newsprint to me. And I don't know if it's the writer in me that just loves that. But I absolutely love the look of it. And then paired with the bright Conspiracy that has all of these different colorways in it, I just love it. I love, love, love it. I'm going to wear that all the time. This is my first Felice sock. It's shocking I finished it. My first Felice sock done, and I didn't do like separate heel toes and cuffs or anything like that. I just kind of kept going down. I think this was the High Desert colorway. Time Traveler, not High Desert. Not even like close. I don't know if I want to try to start it with this one, but it looks like where this starts is going to be like here because it starts with the white, which means I would then have to, can you hear the squeaking? The dog's out there with her squeaky toy. That was my plan originally, and then I thought, oh, it's on the white, which means I'd have to go through kind of the gray, purple, and brown to get down to the red or whatever color that is. It's actually kind of watermelon. I think I'll have to break into the first ball, and then I'll have two like leftovers about that size. So I haven't cast that on because I was just putting a little bit more work into my comfy sock, slouchy sock, cozy sock, loose socks. This pair is not going to be as loose as the other pairs I've done. I'm doing this out of my Christmas bark colorway. What I did was I on with the 225 with the other ones I made, but this is my Chiagu size 0, which is 2mm. So I find this gives me a bit of a tighter gauge because I like my other pair of loose socks, but I was finding the foot was a little bit loose. So it kind of was like twisting on me a bit. You know how they'll do that. I have a small foot. I don't have wide feet. I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the size 0 2mm needle. That's what I normally knit my socks out of. and then I'll knit the leg a little tighter. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to make it as long because I think this will just rest comfortably against my leg. And then I'm just going to make it probably to like my regular length. So maybe like to about here and then go into the foot. So it'll just be a regular pair of socks, but with the top ribbing. And I love the cozy feeling of this. I think I'm gonna do more like that. The slouchy socks I really like, but I find it takes a little longer to do it, obviously because you're knitting more and you've got more stitches on the needle, so that makes sense. I think I get not bored, but I am probably 65% product knitter, 35% process. I really enjoy the process, but my goal is the finished object. I definitely do want more of the ribbed feeling because I just love the coziness of it. And I am knitting this out of my MCN base, so it's extra gushy. And I love the feel. You cannot beat the coziness of an MCN. So that is all. No, it's not. I am so close to being done. I was trying to finish it for the podcast, but that didn't happen. This is my classic sweater, which is a free pattern from Espace. It is knit out of MYak yarn and paired with good Fibrations in their blue Fescue mohair. And this is the squishiest, most comfiest sweater. It fits like a dream. In the pattern, you put your stitches on, and then I think you decrease a couple of stitches, and then you just knit straight down. But I didn't want the sleeve to be too loose, so I decreased a little here, 2 stitches each, to bring me to the stitch count for the small size. I think this was knit in size 2, and I decreased the arm to the stitch count of size 1. And then when I got to here, I thought it still feels a little loose, so I did every 4 rows, I did 2 more decreases. And then when I got to the cuff, I think I had to do 3 more decreases. I switched to the smaller needle, did 3 more decreases going around so that I had 50 stitches on the cuff, and then I did the twisted rib, and it works perfect. I love it. I'm ready now. I've got it all ready just to do. All I have left to do is the cuff. So the cuff in the pattern, I think it calls for 4.5 inches, but I've done about 1. This is about maybe 2 and a bit. I knit until it was to your wrist bone here. There. You can see this side better. So, which is the perfect length, and the arm fits fine. It is looser, but it's a comfortable loose. And oh my God, this yarn is insane. It's so beautiful. This pattern was so easy. I had 0 issues. Usually at some point I run into an issue, but I absolutely loved it. I am going to knit another one, and I do think I'm going to knit it out of this, which is another good Fibrations mohair, and I think it's called Spring Frost. It's Spring Frost. I'm like 99.3% sure. And this is Illimani Echo Llama, which I love. And this is in there. So the color is, it is camel. And it is so soft. So this is going to be my next classic sweater. But I am going to cast on my Yeti sweater first and get that one done. And then I'm going to do that. This is getting off the needles today. What's getting cast on next is I have to cast on a shawl. So what I think I will do is, I don't have to cast on a shawl. I want to cast on a shawl. I am going to cast on my second half and half wrap with the Stillwater Blue and the Fresh Pickles. Yeah, Fresh Pickle. So I think I will get that cast on today or on Tuesday. I have the day off Tuesday because it's my birthday. My plan is to I may go through the drive-through at my coffee shop and get myself an oat cake and a latte. I'm trying to avoid going out anywhere because I get my booster shot the day after my birthday. I'm just paranoid I'm gonna like catch something because every time I turn around, somebody I know is getting COVID, and I'm just like, I don't want anything getting in the way of me getting my booster. So I'm literally like barely leaving the house. So I think I might do the drive-through. They have these delicious peanut butter oat cakes with like chocolate drizzled on it. They're so good. So I think I might get one of those and a latte, and then I'm going to come home and I am going to knit, and I'm going to dye one colorway. I have a wholesale order to do. I've done 4 colorways so far. I have 2 on the racks right now. I had 2 I've done last weekend. I can do 1 on my birthday, and I think the one I'm going to do on my birthday is Earth, which I haven't done in a long time, and I tweaked it a little bit, so, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. What I have been doing with the wholesale order though is throwing in some mini skeins of the colorways that I'm doing, so there'll probably be mini skeins of them coming in the shop soon, because all of the large skeins are going to the wholesale order. This is what I'm casting on next. The Yeti sweater by Svetlana Volkova. So this is a pullover, knit top down, no seaming. I love cable. I haven't knit cable in a long time, and I just love it. So I'm hoping that's not going to tax my brain too much. The pattern looks pretty straightforward. I'm hoping they have the cable pattern written out because I can't read charts. I can't read charts. I'm too dyslexic, and things start moving around when I'm looking at them. If they don't have them written out, I will probably just write them out. I do really want to learn how to not force myself, it's probably the wrong word, to figure out a way so that I can read charts, especially if I want to do color work. So I've got to figure that out. I've got to just find a way that sort of allows me to do it, even if I have to take the chart and maybe like color code it or use one of those removable highlighters. I don't know. I'll figure something out, but that's next. And I'm knitting that in Quince & Co. Osprey, which is their, I guess their bulky yarn, but this is the colorway Root, 170 yards per 100 grams. So yeah, that's their bulky weight. It's this beautiful brown color. The next thing is I ordered yarn for the striped sweater by Andrea Mowry with my loop gift card that my husband gave me for Christmas, and I purchased the BC Garn Samilla Melange colorway, and I got 2 of this, which is moss green, and I got 3 of this, which is rust. And then I got 3 of this, which is the light gray. So my plan is I'm going to put the light gray between the orange and the green, and then it'll be like light gray and then orange, light gray, green. Basically, it's going to be this. You get the gist. But I think that will leave me enough leftovers of the green and the rust to pair up with my Samilla Pura, which is the BC Garn Samilla Pura. It's 100% organic wool. Which is what this is. This is $3.50 per 100 grams. This is $1.75 per 50 grams, which would be $3.50 per 100 grams. It is the exact same gauge. So I'm not really sure what the difference is, unless it's maybe the way it's, I have no idea. I don't know what the difference between them is. Oh, maybe what it is that this has been dyed and that this is in its natural state. Pure, melange. Could that be color? I don't know. I'm throwing that out there. Anybody? I think if I can find one with kind of like two color work, that would look amazing. And I asked my husband to get me, he's asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I was like, I don't need anything. He's like, I'm getting you something for your birthday. I'm like, fine, get me a gift card from the Loop. And he's like, but I always get you the same thing. I'm like, but I don't always buy the same thing with it. And it does two of my favorite things. It supports my local yarn store that I love, and it gets me yarn. So that's my plans for the color work. I'm going to kind of look and see. Before I start that, however, I am going to do a color work haul because I really have no clue how to do color work. None, like absolutely none. And I don't want to start on the sweater and mess it up. So I want to use the cowl, the Spice Blend cowl that I had showed in my Make 9, which I'll link here. My Make 9, because I just think that will be a really good training ground to figure out my gauge, get comfortable with the motion of whatever it is you have to do that I don't know. So that is about it. Now, you know what? I literally took every last bit of dog hair off of these pants. I'm going to show you in all their glory. They're like the split kind of leggings. They got this really kind of narrow ribbing so that they're extremely, I feel like I'm wearing, these are the most comfortable pants I have. And I had bought them in a light gray, which I think I might have worn probably in Vlogmas. Anyway, they're from Fabletics. So comfortable. And I was like, I'd really like a black pair. And I did not consider the fact that these things are an incredible magnet for dog hair. Like, I had these cleaned off completely, and I don't know if you can see. This leg is now covered in dog hair. I have not been around the dog since I took it off. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know. Anyway, I'm covered in it. I'm disgusting. This is why we can't have nice things, Kelly. So I think that's it. I think that's everything. What's going on? We have had a snowstorm, I think, every Saturday. So we had one yesterday. Actually, it kind of started Friday night, and it wasn't a whole lot of snow, but it was like 100k gusts of wind, and it literally felt like it was shaking the house all night. So now it's like beautiful and sunny. It got like sunny about yesterday afternoon, I think, and it has been beautiful and sunny since then. And by beautiful, I mean beautiful to look at, but it is about -23, -26 with the wind chill. So it's chilly. That's the weather report. I am going to let you guys go. Don't forget to check the comment section and tell me what your first cast on of 2020 is for a chance to win the prize for the over 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I will see you guys at the end of January with the January vlog and with a new episode in 2 weeks-ish. I don't have a calendar in front of me, so I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. And until then, happy knitting, and I will see you soon. Bye.